What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Driving Professor. For those of you who do not know me, I am your hostess, Rashid, and today we're going to go down to Lower Manhattan and see what's going on down there with this coronavirus lockdown. So this video, I'm actually narrating. I'm doing a separate recording. Normally, I'm talking through the dash cam, but there's a lot of distraction, a lot of noise. So I think this way, the audio quality would be actually much better. All right, so let's take a drive. I'll try not to talk too much in this one here. Yeah, you gotta watch these bicyclists. They all over the road. So right now we're in the Bronx, and we're driving down to Lower Manhattan to the financial district. So normally this drive is going to take about a good hour to get down there. I mean, and this is, I think, what time is this? I forgot the time that we actually went down here. It was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3:30 in the afternoon. And usually there's a lot of traffic just getting down there, man. So it's like rush hour both ways in New York City. Yeah, so right now we're in the Bronx. So usually about this time, this is PM rush hour. Even though we're going towards Manhattan, there's traffic backed up pretty bad right around here. We're on the Bruckner Expressway eastbound, and there's usually stop and go traffic right around here, just to get into like the Hunts Point section of the Bronx. So right now we're in the Soundview section of the Bronx right now. And look at this, no resistance, man, no resistance. So for about a good mile, it could take about a good 15-20 minutes. All right, so crossing this bridge, now we're going into the Hunts Point section of the Bronx now. Now traffic is normally clear right around here until we get to the South Bronx, one of the most dangerous areas in the country is up there. Still in the Hunts Point section of the Bronx right now. Yeah, see, you got no resistance right now. No resistance. So the north side, on the other side, that's going east on the Bruckner, and normally it's backed up pretty bad. It's backed up really bad. It could take about a good 20 minutes to get from 138th Street into the Soundview section of the Bronx. But look at this is like rush hour, no traffic at all. Yeah, I had to slow down, man. After that NYPD, the highway patrol right there, and they're pulling people over regardless of this pandemic we're going through right now. But you gotta always check those mirrors, man. You gotta check those mirrors all the time. Check your right mirror, your middle mirror, right, left mirror, vice versa. Yeah, you see now this portion right here is just no traffic at all. I think it's about almost 9 minutes, and usually it can take about just 35 minutes to 40 minutes just to get to this point right here. So going left is a toll. It's a toll. If there's no traffic, we don't have to pay the toll. We'll just, take the free route. All right, so now we're in the South Bronx. Those are the projects to the right. I forgot the name of those projects, but not a very, very good area. If you definitely going to visit New York, do not try. Don't come down here. It's getting better. It's a lot of drug addicts around here. But there are a lot of, like to the left, they're developing. They're making the area much, much more trendy. New restaurants coming in. We'll see how everything works out if we actually get back to normal around here. Now you can see the traffic. It's almost about a half a mile worth of traffic. So you can imagine, during a normal day. The highway to the left is a major beacon highway. It goes up, upstate New York, Westchester County. And you can see, looking ahead of you, it's moving. Normally, it's backed up from there all the way to the GW bridge, actually beyond the GW bridge. It's about a 9 to 10 mile delay going up north. We're going into the Bronx, into Manhattan right now. And we're taking the FDR Drive southbound. There's a lot of cars you guys see out here, but this is like a typical Saturday, maybe Sunday afternoon in terms of the They've been doing this construction for about 10 years now. It's ridiculous. That's the RFK Bridge in the background, formerly known as the Triborough Bridge. But, you know, in New Yorker's mind, it's always going to be the Triborough Bridge. So right now we're like in Spanish Harlem right now. It's on the east side of Manhattan. And yeah, normally that's the FDR drive going northbound, and there's usually a lot of traffic. It's about 4 something in the afternoon now, and yeah, the FDR drive from 34th Street, sometimes 23rd Street, all the way up to 125th Street. It's backed up pretty bad, so you know, it's about 7 miles of just bumper to bumper traffic, and it's just you know, even on the weekend, it's you know, there's always an accident or going northbound. And there could be a lot of traffic still, even on the weekends. It could be about a good 4 or 5 mile delay. Look at this, man. We're moving, man. I think we're doing about 50 something miles an hour, 55. All right, so to the left is Roosevelt Island, and those guys are actually competing with Manhattan in a sense. So it used to be called Welfare Island. I don't know why it was called that. That was back in the 1940s, 1950s. But it's really nice though. If you're considering moving to New York City, I mean, the rents can be about $2,000 a month. The Queensboro Bridge up there to the left, to the background. We will be going on that towards the end of the video. Yeah, see, normally on the FDR drive, there's just lawlessness. Um, I technically should be to the right, and I'm, kind of driving slow in the left lane a little bit. So, everybody's just all over the place here, passing each other on the right. And so now I have some common sense. I'm moving over now. Because the guys in front of me are driving, I wouldn't say slow. Listen, the speed limit on the FDR drive is 40 miles an hour. All right, so now we're coming into the Lower East Side of Manhattan right now. So us New Yorkers like to say LES, LES. Yeah, in the background is the Williamsburg Bridge. That one, New York's first three bridges. It was the Brooklyn first, then the Manhattan, and then the Williamsburg Bridge. Still on the Lower East Side. So the main purpose of this video is to show you the financial district, which is normally just mobbed with traffic, cars, Ubers, buses, especially a lot of buses down there. Okay, so now when we pass that sign, we're in Chinatown now. Yeah, we should have drove down there, man. There's usually a lot of activity now. A lot of people just walking around. A lot of Chinese restaurants. All right, so that's the Manhattan Bridge in the left side there, well, directly in front of us. And to the left, that's the famous Brooklyn Bridge. And usually right around here, like right where the exit was to this point, can take about 25 to 30 minutes just to get to the Brooklyn Bridge. All right. We're still in Chinatown. Once we cross the bridge, we'll definitely be in the financial district. All right, that's the NYPD headquarters, directly across the street. Not the building. The headquarters is further in, but that's where our police commissioner and I think the chief is there. But you definitely can see it's definitely bone dry. It's no traffic. There's a couple of traffic agents to the left there, but it's like at a current rate that this is actually going, they may actually lay off the traffic agents. There's really nothing out here. Yeah, right around here, you definitely need the traffic agents because it's the traffic around here is heavy. So those cars in the left side are coming off the Brooklyn Bridge and going into Upper Manhattan or Lower Manhattan. Okay, we are in the financial district. We reached our, I guess, destination. A lot of history down here. A lot of history. You can see the old buildings from the 1800s on the left side there. It's definitely quite beautiful. The South Street Seaport to the left there, where they have those clipper ships there. I think there's food over there. There might be some good restaurants. I'm not sure. Yeah, these are express buses in front of us. They go all over, to the Bronx, to Queens, to Staten Island, to Brooklyn, and usually there's definitely more buses here. It's wall to wall with buses here. Some of them go to New Jersey. Well, not these buses, but a couple buses go to New Jersey. Yeah, I've been on one of those buses, man. The fare is $6.75, and it's worth every single penny. Man, usually there's so much people here. There's a lot of people, a lot. I mean, there's a lot of cars, a lot of buses, a lot of cabs, bicyclists, delivery people on bicyclists. It's mob, but you can go look that up for yourself and see. Yeah, usually there's about 5 times as many buses here. And you're gonna see we're gonna get stuck behind a lot of them, which is gonna kind of mess up a lot of the view. But you can understand the volume of people that are down here. Oh, the bus cut me off somewhat. Yeah, I try to beat them out, but nah. They're bigger, they're heavier, and they're fast too. They're not slow. You can see the acceleration, man. I mean, he went 0 to 20 in a couple of seconds. The bus to the right of me, those go to New Jersey. But if this actually stays up, they're gonna have to lay those drivers off. I mean, those buses are empty. You see about 2 or 3 people on these express buses. Mainly a lot of these people can work from home down here. So, the thing is, we don't want people to get somewhat used to this, especially in my field, because then there's really no need for the buses. The demand is not there. All right, to the left of us is the World Trade Center. Yeah, usually there's so many people crossing this intersection right here. They need people to stop the traffic. So that was Church Street that we were on. We're gonna go to Broadway right now. So that is City Hall to the left, right in front of us, where our king, Mr. de Blasio resides. Not resides, but that's where he works at. And usually there's about 70, 80 people crossing that street. And look how easy it is to get around. I mean, there's nothing, man. There's just no trap. I mean, I'm not actually parking like that. I mean, I lived here for like all my life practically, you know. To see this area so desolate, so deserted. You see, we passed the Wall Street Bull there. All right, so it's that green building to the right will be the Staten Island Ferry. I was going to say Staten Island, South Street Ferry. The Staten Island Ferry. And if you want a good view of Manhattan, just get on it. It's a free ride. And you'll get some great shots of Manhattan. The skyline. All right, so we're going back up on the FDR Drive northbound now. We're going to go over to Brooklyn and just see how long it's actually going to take to get from Manhattan to Brooklyn. Normally it's about a good 15 to 20 minutes depending on the traffic, especially like Wednesday. Wednesday is matinee day at the Broadway theaters, so you just get a lot of traffic. See? Nothing there. I think it's going to take us about 5 minutes to get across. You know, normally it could be 20 to 25 minutes just to get from Manhattan to Brooklyn. But we're going to take a ride on the Brooklyn Bridge, the famous Brooklyn Bridge. If you're usually right around here, you get jammed up. This is where the traffic normally would start, right around this merge here. And then it's a nice slow crawl to Brooklyn. AM rush hour and PM rush hour. Yeah, it started raining, so if the video quality bothers you guys or gals, you can turn it off from here. But it was just drizzling that day. I'm so used to seeing wall-to-wall traffic on a weekday here. Look at that. It's like an early Sunday morning out here. All right, so to the left of us is downtown Brooklyn. Where we're going to it's called Dumbo. That's the name of the area that we're going to, and it's an acronym, and it stands for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. But this area used to be a lot of warehouses, a lot of factories, and they turned those buildings into lofts now, where the rent is about $5,000 to $6,000, $7,000 a month. Millions for an apartment here, if you want to buy one. And they're still building. Now they're actually building new ones. Looks like. I didn't even notice that. All right, so we're going on the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway right now. And, no, we're not out here just joyriding and shooting a video. We're going to, my wife and I, we're going to a health food store in Queens now. So, but a lot of good food there. But normally it starts getting backed up around here all the way to the Kosciuszko Bridge. You're talking about, these are people actually going towards Queens, Long Island. All right, so it's that green building to the right will be the South, what do you call it? The Staten Island Ferry. I was going to say Staten Island, South Street Ferry. The Staten Island Ferry. And if you want a good view of Manhattan, just get on it. It's a free ride. And you'll get some great shots of Manhattan. The skyline. Alright, so we're going back up on the FDR Drive northbound now. We're going to go over to Brooklyn and just see how long it's actually going to take to get from Manhattan to Brooklyn. Normally it's about a good 15 to 20 minutes depending on the traffic, especially like Wednesday. Wednesday is matinee day at the Broadway theaters, so you just get a lot of traffic. See? Nothing there. I think it's going to take us about 5 minutes to get across, you know. Normally it could be 20 to 25 minutes just to get from Manhattan to Brooklyn. But we're going to take a ride on the Brooklyn Bridge, the famous Brooklyn Bridge. Usually right around here you get jammed up. This is where the traffic normally would start, right around this merge here. And then it's a nice slow crawl to Brooklyn. AM rush hour and PM rush hour. Yeah, it started raining, so if the video quality bothers you guys or gals, you can turn it off from here. It was just drizzling that day. I'm so used to seeing wall-to-wall traffic on a weekday. Yeah. Look at that. It's like an early Sunday morning out here. All right, so to the left of us is downtown Brooklyn. Where we're going to is called Dumbo. That's the name of the area that we're going to, and it's an acronym, and it stands for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. But this area used to be a lot of warehouses, a lot of factories, and they turned those buildings into lofts now, where the rent is about $5,000 to $7,000 a month. Millions for an apartment, if you want to buy one. And they're still building. Now they're actually building a new one. Looks like I didn't even notice that until now. All right, so we're going on the Brooklyn Queens Expressway right now, and no, we're not out here just joyriding and shooting a video. We're going to my wife and I. We're going to a health food store in Queens now. So, but a lot of good food there. But normally it starts getting backed up around here all the way to the Kosciuszko Bridge. So you're talking about, these are people actually going towards Queens, Long Island.